Chris Thomas of PrepXtra here alongside Tom Kreager of the Murfreesboro Daily News Journal. Big game in Class AAA tomorrow. Oak Ridge going to take on Riverdale in the Class AAA State Championship game.
Can't stop the chop.
Can't stop the chop. Is that what we're calling it right now?
Yep.
Oak Ridge defying all odds this season, getting back to the state title game for the first time since 1999. There's probably not a more tradition-rich program than Oak Ridge at the Murphy Center this weekend. But there might not be a more talented team than Riverdale.
Exactly. This is their seventh trip to the finals. Every time they've reached the state tournament, they've made it to the finals. Of course, they won 2012 and 2011 and 12 before, Blackman won a couple. So it's a good run for Murfreesboro, and Riverdale's put together a nice little run here this month.
Oak Ridge really likes to go high-low. They like to use that physicality inside with Dowdell and some other players like that. Have some really good, talented players on the perimeter. But how do they slow down Anastasia Hayes, and how does that slower tempo play maybe into Riverdale's favor?
That's a good question. I think that Riverdale wants to speed it up. They want to play fast, but they also want to shoot threes, and they want to play good defense. The thing with Riverdale is you're going to have to stop their three-pointers. The thing with if they're hitting three-pointers, it's almost, Paige Green's going to have to decide, do I want to defend the three-point line, or do I want to stop Anastasia Hayes? It's the same thing happened with Morristown West. They said that he decided, Johnny Gallion said, I'm going to try to contain Hayes. Then they hit 11 or 12 three-pointers in the quarterfinals. It's kind of a pick your poison. Do you hope they're just not hitting three-pointers, or do you try to say, hey, we're going to collapse down on Hayes?
I think that's the key. And Hayes only had 14 points in that quarterfinal win over Morristown West. But you're right, the 12 three-pointers is what ended up dooming the Lady Trojans, and they've been the best team in our area. However, Oak Ridge plays really good defense. They've really been able to slow down everybody they've played for the last half of the season. I believe they only lost 1 or 2 games during that stretch. And they actually played better against Bradley Central when they pushed tempo. They tried to slow it down in the first half. They pulled ahead when they pushed tempo and really started crashing the boards.
I think 35, 40 points was the total for those guys. This is a game, I don't think they can keep it in the 30s. I think it's going to be a game in the 60s at least. I think this is a game where you're going to have to match them point for firepower. And the problem with Riverdale right now, or if you're defending Riverdale, there's so many different weapons with Anastasia Hayes and Alexis Whittington and her twin sister Amanda Whittington, and Brene Alexander's been a beast inside, and she's shown she can hit three-pointers as well. They've got a lot of firepower they can throw at you. So it's this, we talk about stopping Hayes, and of course she's the focal point, but there's a lot of other players right now that are playing really good basketball.
I think one thing Oak Ridge is going to have to worry about, too, they only played 6 players against Bradley Central. Do they get worn down if Riverdale forces them to run a little bit? But we'll find out that answer soon enough. You can find out on Saturday. We'll have coverage from the Murphy Center. You can follow Tom at Kreager, at Kreager, or at dnj.com. And, of course, follow me at PrepXtra.